Good Thursday morning, everyone. It's finally has cooled down a little bit here in Sacramento, which is kind of refreshing. So I'm enjoying it while I can. That's why I'm sort of bundled up today. I'm not in my ceremonial. This is just a sweatshirt. I've been thinking a lot about curses lately. Maybe you have too. And it's always fun. Years and years ago, even during another monstrous administration, I made up a ukulele curse that I sang it to the tune of By the Light of the Silvery Moon. And I did it at some festival or I think it was at the Bay Area Tarot Symposium, and or something like that up in San Francisco. And I started out by saying, it's against a whole lot of laws to make threats against public officials, and that's a good thing that it's against the law, because public officials are public servants, and as public servants, they deserve our prayers. And the last time I looked, praying wasn't illegal. And so I wrote a goofy song to the light of the silvery moon. And I changed it, by the light of the Hecate moon, Goddess grant my boon, that so-and-so dies real soon, and his goons, and then I name off a bunch of other, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, they get real sick, they scream and kick, they'll be strangling soon. By the Hecate moon.
You thought I was gone, didn't you? When you could sing that naughty song. I just got back.
I know.
And what
Welcome
do
back.
I hear coming through the... Lon's misbehaving. I'm going to put away the group.
I didn't name anybody.
All right. Not this time.
I didn't name anybody. I'll let them insert
Words have power, you're a magician. Stop that.
Well, that's just what I'm going to discuss.
All right.
How unworthy.
You used to be.
Welcome back, dear. Welcome back home from shopping. Anyway, well, that's kind of my point. I've been thinking about curses, and it's fun. It's exciting. It's stimulating, but it upsets my balance to do that. Okay. And more than anything else, the balance is the key. And so I began to think in Hermetics and in Kabbalah, there is first of all, let's just look at that cube of space thing just for a second. That existence itself, as we understand it with our meat brains, it depends upon needs actual space. Creation needs space, and space is created, or at least we can wrap our brains around thinking that it was created by like an inscrutable point, like a pre-Big Bang singularity that bursts, extends itself from a inscrutable center, extends itself to, and literally creates up and down. First of all, it goes up and then extends down. and then right and left and front and back, and that creates dimensional space as we can conceive of it. And time, at least as we try to understand time, it's only understood to us by relative motion within that space. So space and time, just like in Greek mythology, Saturn, number 3, literally creates space and time. But that up and down is a duality. That right and left is a duality. That front and back is a duality. And so along with that sacred threeness comes the idea of this the center point in the 6 walls, this sevenness. So that's the Kabbalists try to explain that with the 3 mother letters and the 7 double letters, and they're double because of this duality thing. And well, like there is a little diagram where I try to show that as if it was a carpet or a floor cloth, and the up and down and the right and left and north and south are sort of flattened out in the diagram, but you can see how the 3 creates the 6 with the center point there. And then I've got those Hebrew letters, and they're called double letters. Okay. Sefer Yetzirah, well, I try to put that in an experiential way in the Kabbalah initiations, 3 Kabbalah initiations I designed. And you can find out about them or even get the scripts of doing it yourself in Son of Chicken Kabbalah and in my online Kabbalah initiation courses and things like that. So I've got sort of a very, very abbreviated thing for the second degree initiation, which deals with the 7 double letters. And it goes like this, sort of. So just imagine that you've already gone through Aleph, going up and down, creating above and below, and Mem, going right and left and creating east and west, and Shin, creating north and south. So imagine that part of the process is all already behind us. And this inscrutable Saturn here, okay, it's going to be that central point. We don't know that yet, but it's going to be that central point that up and down sprang from, and right and left sprang from, and front and back sprang from. It's that inscrutable center. So, 2 officers. The first one says, "How peaceful and profound is this darkness? Absolute, the temple is in darkness. It swallows up even the thought of light and darkness." "Worthy guide," that's the other officer, "what is the hour?" "Honored teacher, it is the silent, dark moment before light expands and shatters into vibrations of color and sound and shifting forms and pairs of opposites." "Worthy guide, what is this place?" "Light in extension, honored teacher." "Worthy guide, what is the source of this light in extension?" "Honored teacher, it is hidden." Worthy guide, what God utters the word that shatters light into vibrations of color and sounds? What God speaks and seals the limits of space and form and time? The number 7, honored teacher, through the agency of the 7 double letters of the Hebrew alphabet. As it is written in the Sefer Yetzirah, there are 7, of which 3 are against 3, and 1 places them in equilibrium. And if you think about that, that's exactly what a menorah is. Not a Hanukkah stick candle thing, which is 8, but a real live menorah. 3 against 3, and 1 places them in equilibrium. And they all have sprung from the Aleph, Mem, Shin of the 3 mother letters. Can you see how the menorah exhibits the statement, opening statement of the Sefer Yetzirah? How the 3 mother letters give birth to the 7 double letters. And as you can see, they form opposites. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. The number 7 seals the limits of space and form and time, and by doing so divides itself against itself to become the god of opposing forces, qualities, and appearances. A god who sleeps and dreams, it opposes the devil. A light that sleeps and dreams, it opposes darkness. But worthy guide, is not this dream of the number 7 the nature of all phenomena in the dimensional universe that we perceive around us? Is it not the nature of objective reality? Indeed, honored teacher, if we understand reality to be that which is perceived by someone who is also trapped in the same dream. 7 is phantom life that dreams of death. 7 is phantom peace that dreams of war. 7 is phantom wisdom that dreams of folly. 7 is phantom wealth that dreams of poverty. 7 is phantom beauty that dreams of ugliness. 7 is phantom fruitfulness that dreams of sterility. 7 is phantom dominion that dreams of slavery. Worthy guide, what do we call this world of duality? Honored teacher, it is called the macrocosm, the greater world, for it casts a great spell. So great a spell, the uninitiated believe the macrocosm to be God in the cosmos, and the unawakened believe it to be heaven. What are the 7 double letters? Beth and Gimmel, Dalath and Kaf, Pei and Resh, and Tav. Do these words have a meaning? Indeed they do, honored teacher. Beth is a house and Gimmel a camel. Dalath the door and Kaf the palm of the hand. Pei is the mouth and Resh is the face. Tav is a cross or mark that seals the gates of existence from within and without. What are the duties of the 7 double letters? Beth and Gimmel Mount the letter Aleph and seal the infinite above and below. Dalath and Kef mount the mother letter Mem and seal the infinite east and the infinite west. Pei and Resh mount the mother letter Shin and seal the infinite north and south. Just like that. Just like that. See how are we doing for time here? We're doing fine. Behold, the sacred letter Beth. With the light of Beth, you seal the infinite above. With the light of Beth, the sphere of Mercury was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently upon the letter Beth, and perhaps you will hear the voice of the god Mercury speak to your soul. I am Mercury, the messenger of the gods. I am the god of intellect and logic, divination, financial gain, language, and eloquence of speech. When you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours. Life, wisdom, genius, learning, brilliance of wit, eloquence of tongue, and the power to heal the sicknesses of men and women. These gifts are yours. But beware, my light is so pure it is one with my shadow, and my shadow, when he stands alone, is a great sorcerer. He will deceive you. He brings death. He rots your mind with madness and confusion. He transforms all your truths into lies. He corrupts the splendor of your accomplishments and steals away the health of your body and soul if you fall under his spell. Do not look at him. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Beth. To the unawakened, it is the letter of life and death. I now bless you. But be ever mindful that the blessings of Mercury and Beth are a curse, and the curses of Mercury and Beth are a blessing. You will know you've truly awakened when you see neither curse nor blessing. Gimmel. Behold the sacred letter Gimmel. With the light of Gimmel, you seal the infinite below. With the light of Gimmel, the sphere of the moon was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently upon the letter Gimmel, and perhaps you will hear the voice of the goddess Luna speak to your soul. I am Luna, the moon, goddess of the lonely wilderness, of wild animals and the hunt. When you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours. I bring you peace. Your dreams shall be pure and your visions clear and full of wisdom. These gifts are yours. But beware, my light is so pure it is one with my shadow, and my shadow, when she stands alone, is a great sorceress. She will deceive you. She brings war and clouds your vision with illusions. She transforms your bright dreams to sterile, cold nightmares. She crumbles the foundation of your sanity if you fall under her spell. Do not look upon her. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Gimmel. To the unawakened, it is the letter of peace and war. I now bless you, but be ever mindful that the blessings of Luna and Gimmel are a curse, and the curses of Mercury and Gimmel are a blessing. You'll know you've truly awakened when you see neither curse nor blessing. Dalath. Behold the sacred letter Dalath. With the light of Dalath you seal the infinite East. With the light of Dalath, the sphere of Venus was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently on the letter Dalath, and perhaps you will hear the voice of the goddess Venus speak to you. I am Venus, goddess of love, sex, and fertility. When you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours. Wisdom, happiness, love, beauty, kindness, joy, and art. These gifts are yours. But beware. My light is so pure. She is one with my shadow, and my shadow, when she stands alone, is a great sorceress. She will deceive you. She brings folly and transforms victory into defeat. She bleeds away all power to love and to be loved. She drains you of your life force and leaves you a dead, empty shell if you fall under her spell. Do not look upon her. Gaze deeply into the letter Dalath. To the unawakened, it is the letter of wisdom and folly. I now bless you, but be ever mindful that the blessings of Venus and Dalath are a curse, and the curses of Venus and Dalath are a blessing. You'll know when you've truly awakened when you see neither curse nor blessing. Kaf. With the light of Kaf, you seal the infinite West. With the light of Kaf, the sphere of Jupiter was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently upon the letter Kaf, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the god Jupiter speak to your soul. I am Jupiter, god of the sky, the lightning and thunder, giver of gifts, and protector of the state. If you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours, wealth, popularity, glory, generosity, fortune, honor, respect, and great authority. These gifts are yours. But beware, my light is so pure it is one with my shadow, and my shadow, when he stands alone, is a great sorcerer. He'll deceive you. He brings poverty and ruins upon you. Without mercy, he smashes your honor and reputation and leaves you a miserly, friendless, and forgotten pauper. Do not fall under his spell. Do not look upon him. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Tav. To the unawakened, it is the letter of wealth and poverty. I now bless you. But be ever mindful that the blessing of Jupiter and Kaf are a curse, and the curses of Jupiter and Kaf are a blessing. You'll know you've truly awakened when you can see neither curse or blessing. Behold the letter Pe. With the light of Pe you sealed the infinite north. With the light of Pe, the sphere of Mars was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently upon the letter Pe, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the god Mars speak to your soul. I am Mars, god of war and protector of the crops. When you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours. Beauty, conquest, and strength in battle, courage, glory, and dominion, these gifts are yours. But beware, my light is so pure, he's one with my shadow, and my shadow, when he stands alone, is a great sorcerer. He will deceive you. He brings defeat to your battles and takes from you your power and courage if you fall under his spell. Do not look upon him. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Pe. To the unawakened, it is the letter of beauty and ugliness. I now bless you. But be ever mindful that the blessings of Mars and Pe are a curse, and the curses of Mars and Pe are a blessing. You will know you've truly awakened when you can see neither curse nor blessing. Resh. Behold the sacred letter Resh. With the light of Resh you sealed the infinite south. With the light of Resh the sphere of Sol was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently on the letter Resh, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the god Sol speak to your soul. I am the god Sol, god of music, poetry, prophecy, and truth. When you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. But if you awaken to my light, a rich harvest of delight is yours. Fruitfulness, fame, honor, victory, fairness, and radiant glory. These gifts are yours. But beware. My light is so pure it is one with my shadow, and my shadow, when he stands alone, is a great sorcerer. He'll deceive you. He brings sterility. He kills your heart and drives you from the beauty of the light into the dark bowels of the earth. Your name shall be forgotten forever if you fall under his spell. Do not look upon him, but gaze deeply into the sacred letter Resh, To the unawakened, it's the letter of fruitfulness and sterility. I now bless you, but be ever mindful that the blessings of Saul and Resh are a curse, and the curses of Saul and Resh are a blessing. You will know when you've truly awakened, when you see neither curse nor blessing. Now, just to remind us, on our menorah, we've done the 6 that are the 3 against 3. And now we're finding that we finally come to Tav, the one that puts them in equilibrium. The center from which the 3 sprang, and the 3 created the opposites. Behold the sacred letter Tav. The formless primal center. Gaze intently on the letter Tav, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the ancient god Saturn speak to your soul. Now, I might add that in Greek mythology, Saturn is not a god. Saturn came before the gods. Saturn was a titan. And on the Tree of Life, Saturn is the planetary sphere number 3. It's not below the abyss. It's in the supernal triad. It's the most special of the so-called planetary spheres. It might be called a supernal planetary sphere. Gaze intently upon the letter Tav, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the ancient god Saturn speak to your soul. I am the god Saturn, who made the gods. I am at once father and mother of existence itself. I am before and beyond space and time. I am the beginning of all that was, is, and shall be. I am the end of all that never was, never is, and never shall be. You are a fool. Words and numbers and letters mean nothing to me. In me no opposites exist, no blessing, no curse. In me all contradictions are reconciled. In me there is neither good nor evil. Death is one with life, and darkness is one with the light. To awaken to my mystery, you must slay the two-headed dragon of duality itself. War and peace, life and death, wisdom and folly, fruitfulness and sterility, wealth and poverty, dominion and slavery are not opposites. They are one, and none within mine awakened eye. And you, my child, will awaken when you realize that your eye and mine eye are the same eye. And that will be it for today. Please forgive me for my ukulele curse. Now, I didn't aim that at anybody in particular. It might upset my balance. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.